Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. So, we are back today with another live from in the car. And I might have to get off here and come back because I don't think my phone is going to do right. I'm going to have to put it back on the, oh, there you go. Cool. Okay. Um, hey y'all, thank y'all whoever just joined the live. Hello, hello. I hope you all can hear me. I hope you can hear me. So today we are back in the car. Hey, we are back in the car today because I feel like I need my sunglasses on, but forget it. Because I have errands to run. And the first stop is coffee. The first stop is coffee. You guys probably can hear, but it is definitely it's been raining or thundering. It's been thundering, and so it I hope everything is going well. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Practical Life. These are just kind of random, impromptu lives because I have many things to do as a mom. And so right now what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to go get coffee from Starbucks. And I honestly really don't even care for Starbucks like that, y'all. I really don't. I'm more of like a, and don't judge me, I'm more of like a Dunkin' type of girl because Starbucks, it be too complicated. Anybody else feel like that? Like it's too complicated to figure out what you want to get and what you gotta add and all that. Like I don't be wanting to do all that. So, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try a frappuccino. I'm gonna try a frappuccino. So we're gonna see how it is. But I told y'all, if y'all don't know, I love coffee. I love coffee. But I'm not like a coffee connoisseur. Probably I'm more of like a simple type of coffee girl. That's probably why I don't go to Starbucks. But I will say like the furthest that I went with like experimenting with my coffee was one time one of my friends, she's actually she's from Costa Rica, and she puts chocolate in her coffee, but like if you get a bar of chocolate, she'll get like maybe like the 78%, or sometimes it might be the 90, and she'll just break off a piece of break off a square and put it in her coffee without like creamer or anything like that. And I tasted it one time and she's like, oh, you should do it, you should try it, it's good. And I'm like, girl, that looked ridiculous. And I did it and it was good, y'all. So if you love coffee, try that. You probably, if you're a coffee connoisseur, you probably already tried it. But yeah, I'm on my way to Starbucks, and then we are going to pick up groceries. Now, I don't know about nobody else, but y'all, I hope my phone don't fall off of here. If so, we in big trouble. But I pick up my groceries most of the time. Since the pandemic started, things change or whatever. And so I started ordering my groceries. And at first I was getting them brought to the house because I'm telling y'all, as a mom, like, you're busy. And so I started having them bring it to the house, but then I started to go pick them up. And since I started doing that, like, you can't think. Like, I will pay for the convenience. Because I don't know about nobody else, but I'm one of those moms. I'm not trying to get the kids buckled out the seats and gotta get them in the cars. Gotta find a kid card, because if you don't find a kid card, your trip busted anyway. Like, you about to, if you don't have a kid card, you about to forget every list. You about to put, if you get everything on the list, you about to put stuff on the list or put stuff in the basket that you didn't even plan to get if you don't have a kid card. That kid card is a lifesaver, honey. So, but sometimes you just want to go in the store to get what you got to get and get out. Without the kids, with the kids, you got to unbuckle the seats. Then you got, it be too much sometimes. So I started to pick up my groceries, and I never went back to. I mean, I go in the grocery store sometimes. Don't get me wrong, but it might be if I have to get like a few things. If I have to get a few things, I'll go. But if it's like a whole trip, like for the week or for a couple weeks or something, no, ma'am. I'm picking up groceries. So that's where I will be going after I get my coffee. And thank goodness today is Friday. Y'all, I am so thankful. Like, I just feel so grateful today. Something happened, like family wise, where I'm feeling just so thankful and grateful. And life is crazy, y'all, but we able to make it through and get through and stuff like that. But I really didn't have much to talk about today. We still don't have a verdict for James Timothy Norman. What is going on with the jury? Like, what? But see, sometimes when the jury is asking all these questions, I told what I questions, and you want you want more information. You trying to figure out, you might be doubting some stuff. So y'all, I don't know. Hold on, y'all. I hope I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Yeah, so y'all, what is the jury? And then, like, but some of the questions that I saw on random on Vale's channel, I'm like, why y'all don't know that already? Somebody wasn't listening. I feel like somebody wasn't listening. They was in. What y'all been in there doing? What have y'all been in there doing, jury? Like, I just feel like what why y'all don't know the answers to some of these questions y'all asking, like some of the simple ones. I mean, of course, I'm glad they asking questions, but some stuff I was like, what, they don't know. But woo. And then when they started asking questions about the DJ, I said, oh, they got, I don't know how it might come back. But yeah, so we waiting on that today. And oh, I know what I was talking about yesterday. When people were telling me they couldn't hear me, I had talked about a whole story. And I talked about a whole story and nobody could hear me, y'all. But yeah, tell me, what, if you guys are coffee lovers, what type of coffee do you like? Do you like all these different
How you doing today, hon?
pretty good, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. 6:37 will be total.
Thank you.
Oh, I took it out
Hold
too
on.
quick. My bad.
Too quick.
One more time. Tap.
Thank you. Do y'all like coffee with all of this stuff?
There you
All
go.
these additions? Thank you. You too. Or are y'all simple? Like, what kind of coffee do y'all like? Now we gonna try this. I know I'm late, y'all. Don't come for me. I know I'm late with trying this mess. Okay. Um, and cause I don't usually drink. Oh, and they put so much syrup on here. See, this is why I don't be trying this stuff. But are y'all simple, just cream and sugar, or y'all real simple, like just black? Like, I feel like I could drink just black coffee for real, for real. I can, because I don't know. Like, I'll tell y'all, I was on keto for about. I was on keto probably for about a year and a half. And like, I really enjoy my keto journey. I might talk to y'all about that. I've been contemplating on doing it again. I just gotta get my mind right. It's not even the preparation, because it don't take nothing to prepare to be on keto, y'all. Like, it's the easiest uh way of eating. I wouldn't even say like diet well, I guess so. But the way of eating is like the easiest way of eating, because you only eat a few things for real. Well, at least I was. And so it was like no guessing about what you were going to eat and stuff like that. But I've been contemplating about doing it again. Let me see. mm. Mm. This tastes like, y'all, this tastes like some kind of fat-free ice cream. mm. But it tastes like a coffee ice cream. It's okay. I taste milk, and I don't like milk like that. But baby, if you wake me up, because I'm tired, I'm sleepy today. Okay, I'm sleepy today. Don't be beeping at me, sir. So yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, the story that I was talking about yesterday, y'all. So I haven't heard anything else. Why? This is what I want to know. No, for real. This is what I want to know. People, it seemed like people say in other states, people say, you know what, forget it. We're just going to move to Florida. People in Canada said, you know what, forget it. We're just going to move to Florida. It's so many people here. Like, it be crowded in the middle. Like, it's the middle of the day. I know it's like lunchtime, but y'all, it's crowded here. Like, nobody works. Nobody, like, it's a lot of people here. Like, it is very crowded. Like, the traffic that I'm in right now is almost like it's people didn't got off work traffic. So I don't know what, but you know, the snowbirds are here. People, you know, and then when it starts to get cold in other states, people come to Florida too, you know, and stuff like that. But baby, they said this is where it is. This is the place to be. So yeah. But what was I I was talking about keto. Y'all, if you thinking about going on keto, do it. Like, it is it is real easy. But it's not something, like, for me, it's not something where you can say, okay, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm going to, like, I'm going to do it for the week, and then on the weekend, I'm going to have a cheat meal or go out to a restaurant and eat whatever I want. Like, you can't do that with keto. Y'all, I'm about to miss my exit because they doing construction. I might as well just go the long way, because you can't do that on keto, because them little 5 pounds, 8 pounds, because with keto, depending on your body, everybody different. You could probably lose about 10 pounds in a week if you do it right. If you do it right, if y'all want me to tell y'all, because that's how I was, you can lose about 10 pounds in a week. But okay, this is, I guess this is what this live finna be about. We're finna talk about the pros and cons of keto, right? And because see too, like I just feel like anything that for me that I discuss on my channel can be related to the mental health. Like you right. So keto, we're getting ready to talk about it. So I went on keto when about a year after I had my first child, and it was like a random thing too. I didn't plan it or anything like that. One of my friends, I don't know if she was on keto or if she heard about it or something like that, but she was like, oh, you should try, I'm gonna try this. I think she was going on vacation, and she was like, when I come back, I'm gonna try it. And so I was like, oh, okay. So she had told me like the basics, like, oh, what you could eat, what you couldn't eat. So we were working in an office at that time. I was working in an office, and I said the next day, she had went on vacation, and the next day I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So for breakfast, I had got, I remember I got eggs, I got scrambled eggs, and I got like like kielbasa sausage. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. She said you can't eat like bread, carbs or whatever. So I'm like, okay, this will be cool. So I did it, and my friend, she was going on vacation for like 2 weeks. Y'all, when my friend came back, she was like, girl, what have you been doing? I was like, what you mean? She was like, girl, you done lost a lot of weight. And I was like, what? I was like, I've been doing the keto thing, but I didn't realize like that you could tell that I had lost weight. She was like, girl, I couldn't even barely I was like, come on now. But no, I did. I lost a lot of weight. In a week, I probably lost like 10 pounds, y'all. And I think they said when you lose like 15 or 17 pounds, that's when you can like start telling. I forget, but I did. I lost, and I stayed on it. Now, the thing with keto is that the first week, some people get that keto flu stuff. I didn't get that. I didn't get the keto flu. I literally, now I did keep track of my food on an app, and it wasn't that carb manager app. It was like a random app. It doesn't, it's not called keto anything. It's not called carb anything. I forget. But if y'all want me to, I have to look through my app history. If y'all want me to let y'all know what it is. But it was like a different name. And, but it tracked, it was for keto, and it tracked your carbs, your protein, all of that. And it would tell you, like, based on your weight and stuff, how much protein and all that stuff, right? So I was tracking every day, but I probably after a month, maybe, I probably didn't have to track, because I was eating literally, y'all, the same things every day. I ate the same things every day. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I was eating and I didn't do intermittent fasting, because see, now it's all these details. You got to do this, and this, right? I wasn't doing intermittent fasting, right? I wasn't doing that. I was eating breakfast. I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And sometimes I wouldn't eat dinner because I wasn't hungry. Because after probably the first week of doing keto, you're not going to crave anything. You're not going to be hungry. If you're a sweets person, sweets are over. If you're trying to get rid of me, you need to go on keto. Like for me, I didn't want no cookies. I didn't want no cake. I was disgusted. You hear me? I was disgusted. And so yeah, I was eating for breakfast I was eating, well, no, I take that back. After a while, I stopped eating breakfast. But, but I would drink keto coffee. So for breakfast, I would have, when I started off, I would have like eggs and sausage. Or, now if you really want to speed your way, y'all gotta tell me if y'all want the secrets about keto. Because I started like noticing and tracking what really made me lose a lot of weight. You know, how I was losing more pounds per week. Like I was tracking my eating and the stuff that I was eating, and I figured out what really sped up my weight loss even more when I was doing keto. But as far as the mental, for me, I can't speak for everybody, of course, but for me, with keto, baby, that keto had my mental on point. You hear me? Because if y'all watch my postpartum video, I went through postpartum depression and anxiety with my first child. And my second child, it was a little bit better, but it was my mental was a little bit better, but I still had postpartum anxiety. I had anxiety. Um and so with that, my mental on keto, y'all, it was like I was a whole nother person. I don't know what it is. Carbs, I truly believe carbs, because I was like, because when I got, the only reason why I got off keto was that I think I stopped tracking around the time, it was around Thanksgiving time. And I think I had stopped tracking. And then I also said, okay, I'm going to eat a little bit of what I want for Thanksgiving, and it went downhill from there. And then I got off of it because I started gaining weight back and stuff like that. And I was like, you can't, like with keto, like you can't go in between, keep going back and forth. It's not healthy. So, so, um, so yeah, but with my mental, y'all, I was a whole different person. I was a whole different person. I was so the focus that I had, like I've never ever ever in my life been that focused. Like I was laser focused on my work. Um and not that I wasn't without keto when I wasn't on keto. It was just a different type of, I don't even know how to explain it, y'all. It was just a different type of focus. Um because I think it was, I was focused, but I was efficient. Like I could get done with, if I said I was going to do something, I could do it in 20 minutes, when usually it might take, I don't know, for example, like 45 minutes or something like that. And it would be efficient, honey. It would be, everything would be right. It would be in my eyes, like what I wanted to get done, it was completely done. I didn't have to, like, it was just, and then I was able to move on to the next thing, just like that, just like that. Like my mind was just so on point. And I truly believe it was because of keto. And I started thinking, and so when I would eat carbs every once in a while, and not those carbs where they have the keto crackers, or no, like real carbs, y'all, when I would go back, I noticed like I would have an attitude after I would eat carbs. And I was like, dang, carbs do you, like, this is what carbs do to you? This is what carbs do to people? This is ridiculous. Like, I noticed like I had an attitude and my mood wasn't right. And I was like, this is because I didn't eat these carbs. It gotta be. And when you get back on that keto, your mental is there, like for real, for real. So I feel like if people who are and I'm just saying this because this is the experience I had, but I don't know if any studies I'm gonna look that up, if any studies have been done as far as people having a keto lifestyle and have been diagnosed with depression or anxiety, some of the more common mental health disorders, how their mental health has been affected by being on a keto lifestyle for a certain amount of time. Because like I said, I was on it for about a year and a half, and I saw all the benefits, honey. That postpartum went away, but I will say after my second child, I I tried to. It's like I couldn't get back on keto. I just couldn't, and I feel like it did. I will say now, if you're not careful, it will mess up your mind frame, like the relationship that you have with food. Because for me, I was scared of food. I was scared of carbs. Like, I was scared to eat a piece of bread. I was scared of eating. I was even scared to eat a salad, because see, things that they put in salad, those things have carbs, like tomatoes, croutons and stuff like that. It's like cucumbers, those things. Cause see, when I was on keto, y'all, I was not eating. They say, oh, you can't eat more than 20 net carbs. I was probably eating 5 net carbs a day. Like, I wasn't playing. I was serious, okay? I was serious about that thing. And I was eating, y'all, I need gas. What the heck? I was eating probably 5 net carbs. 5 net carbs. What is this man doing? Come on, you got the right of way, sir. People be killing me with this driving. So yeah. So I was serious about it. I really was. I was not playing. I was on it. Okay? And so I don't know. So when I did go back to eating carbs, it was probably a shock to my system, because I wasn't eating any carbs. I would be like, cucumbers, they got three. They got 3 carbs. I was not eating any carbs, honey. So yeah, so y'all, I'm at my destination at this point, but I'm gonna stay on here a few more minutes before I get what I need to get. This drink is okay. What y'all like about these Starbucks drinks? It be that good to y'all? I feel like Dunkin' came up. Dunkin' is in the running. That's what I feel like. Cause this, I don't know. It's not. It's all right. But so yeah. So we are waiting on the verdict today, and I think I got a few lives coming out next week, y'all, that I'm planning. I think I want to talk about, and let me know in the comments what y'all think. I think I'm going to talk about codependency. I wanted to talk a little bit more about substance use, because it's been coming up a lot lately. But let me know what y'all want to hear about, or what y'all want me to talk about. But yeah, I was going to talk about codependency, because I'm not sure, like, I want to address it. And I've been seeing a lot of stories and stuff like that where codependency may have a play in it, right? Yeah, so I know for sure I'm probably going to talk about that. And I did a video on substance use, but I don't know, I feel like I need to probably dive into it a little bit more, because if y'all heard, Wendy Williams, she went back into, well, they said she's at a wellness center, and wellness encompasses, is like a holistic view of a person. So that could be your mental, your physical, and all of that. I'm going to make I'm sure I'm gonna do a reaction related to the James Timothy Norman trial, but after that, I want to get back to my regular content about mental health and work and things like that. So, but let me know what you all want to see on the channel, what interests you. I'm happy to kind of do lives and videos on topics that you all want to know about. I also want to know from you all, what mental health diagnosis do you feel like you don't really know much about, but maybe you've heard someone of having it, or someone has been diagnosed with it, or maybe certain diagnoses you thought you knew about, or just want to know like what you could probably expect from certain diagnoses and things like that. Because I always wondered that from people, like, what do you, almost like, what do you think you know about, or what you thought you knew about depression, or what you thought you knew about schizophrenia, things like that. Um, so yeah, so yeah. What else? It was something else I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember right now. Y'all, my mind be all over the place. I think it's because, man, people be saying that people have they how they say pregnancy brain and stuff like that. But what about after you had a kid? Like, my memory, I ain't been the same. Like, I be forgetting stuff all the time, y'all. If I don't write it down, and I'm an old school note taker. I write little notes in my phone here and there, but I want a piece of paper where I could number one, two, one, two, three, four, five, and then I like to cross it off. That's a guy, If I'm taking notes, I need a notebook. I'm good for getting a notebook. Ooh, do this. I wonder if this my order. I didn't even tell these people I was here. Hmm. Hold on, child. Hold on. I don't know how to do this, y'all. Hold on, let's see. Mm-mm. I wonder if I can. Hold on. These ain't gonna. Okay, y'all. Am I back? Yep. Hey. Okay. Cool. Hi. It's 9343. Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm starting to learn how to work the technology now, y'all. I mean, I'm a pretty fast learner, and some stuff you gotta look up, and you just gotta figure out as you go. But yeah, so I'm trying to. It was something else. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. The This lady in Miami, her and the boyfriend moved to Miami from Texas, and she unalived him because I got it. Oh, thank you. She unalived him because she said that it was in self-defense. Now, because I was gonna talk about it, but I said, no, it was more important. I'm not gonna say more important though. Let me stop that. Scratch that. It wasn't more important things, but it was something more pressing. And she hadn't had a court date or anything like that. They just had a hearing for her, but she confessed to doing it. She just said it was self-defense. She said it was self-defense. So but this is my thing. They were very young. They were like 22, 23, maybe. They were no older than 25 years old. So I feel like this, y'all. I feel like because they were together when they were in Texas. They lived together when they were in Texas. I feel like they went to high school together or something like that. And so they decided to move to Miami in January of this year, right? But see, this why you gotta know who you messing with. You know, first of all, she was one of them OnlyFans girls. She was popular, I guess, on OnlyFans, child. I don't know. They say. And she was getting popular. This is why I say this fame stuff will get these people. I feel like when you with somebody, you got to know what their future plans are. You know what I mean? And it's cool to be young and, you know, having fun and stuff like that. But you decided to move across the country with somebody. You got to know what you're getting yourself into, you know? And where they were living was a really, you know, really nice place. I think it's by the beach, yeah. A real nice place and stuff like that. And so you gotta know what you get yourself into. Ain't no telling what happened with them. Like, I feel like I don't know enough of the story to do a video about it. So that's why another reason why I really didn't do it for real. But yeah, I that was crazy to me. I was like, girl, what? So yeah, that happened. I was about to say something else, y'all. I done forgot now what I was going to say. What plans do y'all have for the weekend? What plans do y'all have? I'm not really doing too much. I'm not doing too much. It's like gloomy here, so it ain't really much you can go out to do for real. So sometimes when it's like that, I find things to do for my kids, like inside, whether they're painting or, you know, doing something. Because my kids love the outdoors, and if they can't go outside, they don't care if it's raining, they don't care if it's a downpour, they want to go outside. Or they'll say, oh, when it stops raining, can we go outside? Even though it's still wet, they see that it's wet, they see it's puddles everywhere, they don't care. They want to go, you know. So yeah. But what plans do you all have for the weekend? Like I said, I'm not doing too much this weekend. It was something else I wanted to talk about, though. I didn't forget. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. So this might be short, and I really kind of don't want to get into it because I haven't been watching these people a long time. But just about the mental health of like mom vloggers. I've just been seeing a few videos, and I don't know. It's just kind of, it's like I've seen a few like reaction videos and stuff like that, and sometimes I feel like mommy vloggers, especially, but nah, it's really a lot of mommy vloggers. Like, I feel like they get too deep into it, in my opinion, and they kind of like start doing anything just to, I don't know if it's just to say that they're a mommy vlogger or to get views. I don't know what it is, but, and I'm not going to say any names or anything like that because I don't want my channel wrapped up in all of that mess. But you know, it's some things that you should keep, I feel like, in my opinion, you keep off of social media. And like, you just gotta discern whether should I put this on social media or should I leave this off? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen videos where people going off on family members and all this stuff. Like, I feel like it all goes back to a lot of the stuff that I've recently been seeing is a lot of trauma and stuff like that. People have trauma from their childhood, y'all. And a lot of times people don't realize that they have trauma from childhood. Like, sometimes when I do I'll say y'all, for example, if I have a new client and I'm doing a biopsychosocial, which is where you're just asking questions about different areas of their life and stuff like that, you you're asking these questions, and when you get to the question of do you have you experienced any trauma, a lot of times they're like no. But then when I give the examples of what a traumatic event or experience could possibly be, then they say, oh yeah. So that tells me that sometimes people don't realize that they have been through trauma. So examples could be if your childhood home burned down, or if your pet passed away, family members passing away as a child in a violent way or something like that. Any experience that you went through that was shocking to you were emotionally distraught for a long time by, like, those types of things, right? And so sometimes people don't realize that they have had or experienced a traumatic event until you really give the examples, and they're like, okay, yeah. So I think sometimes some of the people or videos that I'm seeing of people really kind of project, sometimes they project what they feel regarding the trauma that they went through on other people on social media, instead of talking to the person they need to talk to about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going to the person you, or going to counseling, seeing a therapist and things like that, they, instead of doing that, they come to social media and vent. You see what I'm saying? And right, so they do that, and then the people or person that hurt them, sometimes they go to social media and they go off on the person. And okay, that's fine and good. You want to vent, you know what I'm saying? You feel comfortable now with saying how you feel, what you feel, why you feel, right? It's very, very good that now you feel like you are okay with feeling the feels of what happened to you. But you got to realize, I don't think people realize that when you do social media, you are basically, when you going off on this person or whatever, or telling your feelings about it, you telling the world your feelings, right? And you got to make sure that you're going to be okay with that once you click off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some people, y'all, that I've seen that have been like cursing their parents and family members and all this stuff, basically like airing out family business and everything. Like, I was taught that you shouldn't do that, and people, to each their own, you know what I'm saying? But you now you are opening the door for someone to now criticize or judge you or whatever based on the information that you put out there. And you might feel like today that you want to tell everybody, but you might not feel like that next week, because people are not going to forget, right? Next week people might still be asking you questions about it, and you might feel like, well, nah, I already said that last week, I don't feel like asking questions this week. But that's the door that you opened. You see what I'm saying? So, and when people are behind the computer, ain't nothing off limits. Like, people don't care, y'all. People, they don't, because they behind the computer. Like, I feel like on one end, because then when the creators come back, they're like, oh, people said this, why are they saying this? Like, people need to mind their business and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, but do you realize that this is what you put out? Like, I feel like I would like to do coaching or mental health consultations with creators, because I feel like, for one, like, you have to be a certain type of, you got to have a certain mindset when you go on social media. Like, I know I mentioned to y'all, I think I mentioned it yesterday, I've been talking about doing YouTube for a long time, y'all. A long time. Probably since 2009. That's a long time. And I did, like, but I was never consistent. I may have talked about, and I probably talked about it for years, and then all of a sudden, I think when I was pregnant with my first child, um, yeah, when I was pregnant with our first child, I did a few videos, but then I wasn't consistent. But I realize that first of all, it wasn't the season for me to do it, right? And the second thing is that I wasn't ready mentally, right? I wasn't ready for the comments. I wasn't ready for people to ask me stuff. Wasn't ready, right? And so now I'm in that space. But a lot of people, they just turn on the camera. They haven't thought about that. I feel like you gotta have a certain mind frame to be on social media, because social media can change you mentally, and it can change your mental in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Even if you were a person who was able to kind of handle your mental health, and in a positive way, and you were healthy mentally, when you start getting to the social media and stuff like that, things change. And oh, see, this is what y'all didn't see. I didn't got led to talk about something. So you would think that, like, for example, I don't know, I listen to podcasts sometimes, and my favorite podcast, y'all, my fave is The Read. Now, I don't know if y'all ain't ever heard of The Read, but it's with Kid Fury, and he's actually from Miami. Kid Fury and Crystal. And that show got me through a lot of days when I was like working in an office and stuff. Like I would listen to their episodes all day, and they were just like, they are, unapologetic. They say what they feel, like it's their show. Like, it doesn't seem like anyone is guiding them, especially when they first started, right? When they first started their podcast, nobody had anything to say, whatever. Like, not that no one had anything to say, but they weren't questioning themselves and things like that. And like, they were my faves so much that when they came to Miami, they do tours and stuff. And when they came to Miami, I bought tickets to go see them. And it was a great show. It was just like how I would listen, like, when you got a little drink or whatever and stuff like that. And it was just a good time, right? And so I kind of stopped listening to them, not because of anything that I didn't like what I was hearing or anything like that. It's just like I started listening to other stuff, and I started getting into research. So my friend was like, and she was like, that Kid Fury, on one of the shows, he was really upset, and he was like, he needs to take a break, and he needs like a 2-month break or something like that, because he was feeling, having thoughts of her. And we talked about it. We was like, dang, their show is very unapologetic. Like, they say what they want to say. Their opinions are their opinions, and it seems as though no one is really guiding them, and nobody probably is. But of course, their podcast grew to a whole nother level from when they first started their podcast. So now it's like, in his mind, he's thinking, okay, when I first started, I could say whatever, not worry about it or whatever, because you're not thinking, or the numbers are not showing that a lot of people are listening and things like that. But as you grow, right, he started to feel like, okay, well, if I say this, what are they doing? Or he started to I think he hold on, yeah, if I talk about this, then what are people's opinions going to be? So I'm like, you know what, there's very interesting that you first you were very unapologetic. You didn't care really, about other people's opinions about what you were doing or saying and things like that. But he said as he continued to grow, as the podcast continued to grow, he started, basically, it sounds like, it appears that he was getting anxiety, and I think he's always kind of struggled with his mental health, but he was just saying, it became worse as the podcast grew, because it's like, okay, I got to take into account what these people, um basically people pleasing, right? So he had to literally take a break. And that reminds you of Wendy Williams. It could remind you of your favorite YouTuber, honey, that leaves and then they come back and say, oh, I'm back because I had to take a break. I had to take a mental break. um and so I think, I mean, there are other factors that play into it, but a lot of the videos I see with like mommy vloggers, it looks like they probably do need to take a break, but they don't take the break. And I don't know. I kind of wonder why they don't. Um and it could be different factors, that go into that. Sometimes people don't take a break because they don't realize that they need the mental break. Or it's like, if I take a break for mental health, what am I gonna do during the break? You see what I'm saying? Um, what am I going to do during the break? How do I respond to my supporters during the break? Because people are going to reach out and keep asking, like, what is going on? Are you okay? What are you doing? We haven't heard from you. Um, that's one thing. And then, yeah, again, like, what are they going to do during that time? What are they going to focus on when they've been so focused on growing their platforms and things like that? Um, and when you come back, excuse me, what plan are you going to have in place so that you, not that you don't have to take a break again, because I feel like as a content creator, if you're at that level, then those breaks need to be planned. Just like when, especially if you do YouTube for a career, right? You need to have certain time frames that are set up just like you do for vacation, just like you would normally do if you work for a corporation or organization or whatever. You need to have certain days that you have um, planned for mental health days or a mental health break, whether that be 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It could be 2 days, whatever, your schedule allows. You need to make time for that. And so, what is the plan for when you return to social media? Like, how are you now going to handle it differently so that you don't get to this place again? So I feel like that's just about the ideas in my head, y'all. I'm getting ready to go write that down. But yes, so this is the end of this live. Y'all didn't went on my little errands with me. I still got this little coffee. Mm, mm, I don't know about it. I mean, it tastes okay. And I got my groceries in the back. I'm getting ready to go in. Um, and yeah, I feel like I might come back later this evening. We will see. Um, but yeah, when I talk about the mommy vloggers, like, I feel like I might want to make a video about that. I don't know if it'll be like a reaction video. I mean, I've seen so many videos about it. It's just, because I kind of see both sides. On one end, it's kind of like, okay, you put stuff out there for people to react to because that's what people do. And sometimes you can't really tell people how to react to things, because they have their own platform too. But then also on their end, I wonder, I wonder sometimes how the reactions are um, affecting their mental health, and given that this is these are their careers. Like, some of them, a lot of them don't really have regular jobs. And I think some mommy vloggers do have regular jobs and they do YouTube like on the side and stuff like that. But most of them, this is like a career for them. So I wonder how their mental health is being affected by reactions and things like that. But then it's also too like, okay, I wonder. That's why I said it takes a certain mind frame to be on social media, because I would wonder. My question would be, well, why would they be watching reactions about them? Because I probably wouldn't watch reaction, because people have their own opinion, and everybody ain't gonna like you. You ain't nobody everybody cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Or a cup of coffee or whatever, right? So, but I would imagine that it gets back to them some kind of way. And how is it really affecting them in their day to day? That's really interesting to me. Like, how do you continue to be a mommy vlogger, and if your mental health is affected? Like, how does that affect you on a day-to-day basis, right? So I may come back and talk about that a little bit more and go a little bit deeper into that. But sometimes I be feeling for the mommy vloggers, because I'm like, you know mom life in itself is very difficult. It's hard being a mom out here. It's hard in these mom streets, okay? And you do the best that you can with what you have, right? And it's important to have a very good support system when you are trying to be the best, not even mom, but parent, right, that you're trying to be. You have to have support. And so if you don't have the right support, or lack of support, or whatever, it's going to be even more difficult. And on top of that, you have agreed to let the world see your mommy. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of see both sides, of how it may hurt their mental a little bit. But then on the other side, I see the reactions, reactors and stuff like that, where they just kind of doing their job. And if it wasn't out there for them to react to, then they couldn't react. So yeah, that's just my little tidbit, or my little interesting commentary about that. But I'm gonna go now, y'all. Thank you for those who joined in the live at some point. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I told y'all I'm so excited about my subscribers. We passed 100 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This channel is all about mental health. This is where you can get your questions answered for yourself or someone else. If you are struggling with how to manage your mental health in the workplace, I'm able to provide coaching for that as well. All of my information will be in the description box. If you are looking for a virtual option for therapy, especially if you're someone who is having challenges with managing your anxiety, virtual therapy will definitely be the option for you. You can sit in the comfort of your home and meet with a therapist on onlinetherapy.com. You can change the therapist if you need to at any time. They also have worksheets and different things on there to kind of help you with your mental health journey. So that information will be in the description box as well. And again, please leave me, any comments, or send me a message if feel like there's something that you want to know more about in regards to those topics. But other than that, thank you all again for joining. I appreciate you all. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join us on our journey to 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye.